The idea of the state exhibition is to create rooms that explore different states of mind or different states of emotion. So I created every room with some video work, which I'm really interested in, to explore those emotional states of mind, or to at least put the viewer into a different state each time they walk into the room. For instance, a video with two oceans in slow motion going apart from each other, which was a video I took of the Baltic Sea while I was on a ferry, and afterwards looking at the footage and translating that into something that becomes almost hypnotic in a way. I think most of the works on the show, video-wise, were kind of like made to put you into this almost state of mind as you look at it, that you kind of like drift away a little bit, and then that would obviously influence you looking at the whole exhibition and looking at each room. You can become so immersed in the work that you become almost too sensitive as a viewer. So I try and kind of like detach myself from what has been created, and just kind of like try and approach it as an outside viewer, which is an almost impossible thing to do. But I think the videos, I connect with on an emotional level, definitely. And I think it draws something out of me emotionally while creating and looking at them. I've always been involved with photography, taking photographs of my subjects to paint and of references, and I think that whole process evolved, So I've been painting for more or less 20 years, so that process and that idea of using the camera as part of my process has just evolved into video work. And I think video has become so much more popular with everyone having smartphones around, social media. Everything's quite different by moving images. It's almost like people have become bored of the still image and moving on to the next thing. And I think it was kind of like a natural process for me to do that. And although I have been playing with that idea for years and years, this is the first time I really explored it in depth. And created four major videos for the show. I think I'm in a transition phase with my work, trying to move away from certain things, and I'm just naturally being drawn to certain parts that I haven't explored yet. And I think it's artists get obsessed with things. I get obsessed with portraits, and I think I'm trying to divert myself from that obsession a little bit, and I think it just needs to take its natural course. The idea with the whole figure came from way back, from my early work. I used to do a lot of full figures, and then I kind of like started focusing more on the portrait. And then I wanted to explore that again. So I think I took these as, almost like an old exploration revisited, and worked with full figures again. And I really, really enjoyed that, because I think the intensity of the figures give you a whole different idea and a whole different approach to the way of viewing the work. And immediately it translates into something different than only the portraits do. So I basically separated into different states. The one was only figurative work, and connecting with the figures in the paintings. There were figures overlapping on the videos, and these figures become almost dreamy in a way, and something you can't really capture in a painting, you can translate into video and then affect the way people look at the paintings.